Hi everyone, so this is day 60 of the Fluent in 3 months challenge that I've been doing in German, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about how it's been going and how I'm feeling now. This is a 90-day challenge if you haven't seen my other videos, and if you don't know anything about the Fluent in 3 months challenge. It is basically taking 90 days to learn a language. Obviously, you're not going to learn the whole language in that time. Obviously, you're not going to actually be fluent in 3 months, but it's about making a real commitment to that language and to the challenge, and just to see where you get. So how am I feeling on day 60? Well, I'm feeling a mix of things, and I think this is probably true for a lot of people in the challenge at this point. I think when you start learning a language, you make really quick progress. And Benny Lewis, who's kind of the face of the challenge, he has a really good video about this, and how you have these quick wins at the start and how when it slows down it can start to feel a bit frustrating. And I feel like I'm definitely in that little trough at the moment. Of course, when we start learning and we're getting all this new vocabulary, we're learning new sentences and grammatical forms, and everything's sort of coming together. It feels really exciting. I think in the last couple of weeks, I've also not only got to this kind of trough where there's, I know a lot, but there's still so much to know. And I guess I feel like it hasn't really bedded in. So yes, I'm not only going through this trough, but also I've been really busy with work and I haven't had as much time to dedicate to my German, although I am still doing my 30 minutes minimum every day. And most days I do get to about 40-45 minutes just by using my apps. I'm still using daily Memrise, I'm still using daily Mondly, and I'm still doing my Link, and I'm mainly using Link to get through the Nico's Veg course. I'm on lesson 66 of 76, so I'm really excited to finish that course. And honestly, I think that course has been the best thing that I've done out of all of the different resources I've used. I really love Nico's Veg because it has a little engaging video for each lesson, a little episode from the film. It has an ongoing story, so like I can just say, I ship Nico and Selma, I ship Nico and Lisa, I ship Lisa and Selma. I mean, it's all going on there anyway. So there's a little film that you can watch, and each episode has a story, and then so I watch the video, and then on Link I go through the transcript of the video. So that gives me a good sense of the vocabulary, and if I need to, I'll go back and watch that video again. And then with the website, the Deutsche Welle website, they have exercises to go with each episode. And these are really fab. They go into a different grammatical rule each time, different sentence constructions, different bits of vocabulary, different themes. And I've just found that so helpful because it's really structured my learning. And there have been certain things that I've come across in other resources or in my conversation lessons that have come up again in Nico's Veg, and it's really helped me, as I was saying, embed that learning. So what am I still struggling with? I think I've sort of encountered most of the major grammatical bits now, but as I was saying, it's not really embedded. So one thing that German has that's quite annoying, sorry German, is that for adjectives, it depends where they are in the sentence and what they're following, as to which ending they have. And I've sort of learned the endings of the adjectives several times, but I don't know them. They're not embedded in my mind yet. So when I'm speaking or writing, it's really hard to remember the correct form. So I definitely need to put in some more kind of just memorizing effort there. I think this is one of the situations where you can't just rely on it being absorption. Obviously, as well, with vocabulary, there is just so much vocabulary you could learn. I feel like I've got quite a lot of basics, but when it comes to more complicated topics, there's still so much that I can encounter and discover. I think vocabulary, of course, it depends on what you are particularly interested in and what you want to talk about. One thing that I've been doing in the last couple of weeks, which has been quite fun, with my tutor on italki, I've been doing some little essays about artists And this came from something I like doing in English, which is to watch some virtual exhibitions with my friends. We've got a little group called Nerds. And for example, we've recently watched some documentaries about the female artists Georgia O'Keeffe and Tove Jansson. And so I've done some little essays in German about them, which was really, really interesting and really hard. So the way I approached that was to find some articles in German and kind of break these down, understand them as well as I can in German, and then pick out and kind of reconstruct the bits that I could understand and make them into things that are usable. So that's given me a lot of vocabulary about artists and art, and that's been really, really interesting. But of course, if I went to Germany and I was, going to a restaurant, I'm not going to be able to use that vocabulary, but I might if I went to an art museum. So yeah, I guess it depends on what you're doing with your life and what vocabulary you're going to need. In terms of other resources, apart from those daily ones, I've used Coffee Break German podcast. It's free on Spotify or whatever other podcast program you have. And that is really good to listen to while doing other stuff like cooking or walking. The good thing about the Coffee Break series is it breaks down a kind of theme each week, and it gives you sentences to listen to and repeat. And that's quite good listening practice. I've mentioned Lyrica before. I'm still enjoying that. That breaks down German songs for you. And I've also recently got into the Easy German podcast. I need to kind of get more seriously into that. You can get transcripts and stuff, which I'd really like to do. So I think maybe when I finish Nico, that could be my next step. But I know Deutsche Welle also has some other pretty cool courses for the next levels up. So yeah, interested and excited to explore further. And I think I'm at this stage where I guess part of my frustration is I want to engage with more interesting native content. I mean, I love Nico's Weg, but it's, it is A1 level, so it's kind of baby German. I'd love to engage with more interesting stuff, but I'm just not quite there. So hopefully over the next few weeks, there's 30 days of this challenge left, there's 1 month. I'd love to bring in a bit more challenging material. But if that has to wait till after the challenge, then it has to wait. I've got to give a shout out here to my dream team. Part of the Fluent in 3 Months challenge is that you're in a community. So you're in a Slack group, and we have a German subgroup, and we have a dream team meeting each week, which actually is usually just 3 of us, 2 of us from the UK, and Nicole, who's in Chicago as well. And it's been really great to meet with them each week and to just chat. We chat a bit in English and a bit in German. We have a kind of key theme that we cover in German, and just sharing the ups and downs of learning languages. And the great thing is that Nicole and Jamie, my teammates, they both love languages and they've learned other languages, but different ones to me. So we kind of share similar interests, but also there's enough difference between us that we have lots to talk about. And I think that's been a really nice element of the challenge, is being in the community. And I know that's a big reason why the Fluent in 3 Months challenge has been successful and keeps going, because engaging with other language learners is really fun. In exciting news, I have reached out to my old German au pair, Ramona, who is going to do some conversation with me starting from next week. This is really nice because Ramona first taught me a little bit of German when she lived with me all the way back in, 1993 maybe. So yeah, it will be nice to have a conversation with her, and hopefully she won't be too appalled by my day 60 German. And yeah, for the last month, my goals are to finish Nico's Weg finally, and they've got a test on that site for kind of end of A1, so I'd like to do that and see, I think I am at least A1 level. I think I'm pushing into A2, and my goal at the start of this was to get to A2 comfortably in German, so I want to find some more kind of, find a syllabus or something so that I can kind of test myself and see if I have reached that level, and yeah, push on to more challenging material. So I guess I will definitely see you for day 90, if not before. Happy language learning, and speak to you soon.